Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another episode of Robert and Jacopo, and this is a bit more hardcore because we decided we're going to do a teamed, very relaxed, sort of flatmate style, some ideas about 2021. I find it quite strange to do readings, general readings, which are sort of for everyone on the whole planet. But I was talking to a friend the other day and she said, actually, it's not for everyone on the whole planet. It's for people who happen to watch your YouTube video. And the people who don't happen to watch your YouTube video, it's not for them. So if you happen to be watching this, the reading might be for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the connection between the reader and who listen to it is very important. So
yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think so. Okay, well, let's just improvise a little bit and see how we go. Alignment. Feet on the ground. Center of the earth. Please give us a general reading for the year 2021. And interestingly enough, this is the solstice, isn't it?
Exactly. Today is a very important day.
We are recording this on December the 21st, and in the middle of this huge planetary
connection, I would say,
event that's happening. Okay, Jacopo, seeing as we're doing a flatmate style reading, will you cut the cards?
Yes, pleasure.
Okay, so this is the general atmosphere of the year ahead. That's really great, ladies and gentlemen, because we have the sun as the main card. And I always think this always reminds me of that Prince song, Play in the Sunshine. And it feels like a release of breath. This looks quite like a Marseille, actually.
Absolutely.
Sun,
yes,
it?
Yes, exactly.
So there's feeling of, the recovery of innocence. And I think the sun is one of those cards that does exactly what it suggests. You don't have to look for the subtext. It's a card of joy, really, isn't it? And maybe even safety. You're in a garden, there's a wall around the garden and it's sunny. So it feels like you get to a place of safety. So.
Yes, it sounds like a card of security and possibilities to me, no?
Yeah. We have a possibilities card here, which is the Hermit, and that again is a fairly straightforward card, which is going inside, being quiet. I mean, my partner and I this year we didn't have much of a holiday, but a friend was so nice. He allowed us to stay in his garden, and there was a garden hut. And in Germany, you can do that. You're allowed to stay during the summer months. You're allowed to stay in the garden hut, and there's a little sink, and there's a loo, and that you shower with the hose. And we stayed in this garden for a week. Fantastic.
Regenerating.
and it's a time, just to go inside and just to listen to yourself and to be safe. And so I think what we really need is this feeling of safety at the moment. I think everyone in the world is absolutely desperate for a feeling of safety.
Yes.
And if we can get it, if we can just normalize the world a little bit, I think the virus has, in a sense, it's slowed us all down, hasn't it? It's slowed down the social life a lot. And so I think the possibility is, that we can go inside a bit.
Yes.
Do you think?
Yes, I was also looking again on the sun. This little wall sounds to me also like maybe going through something, because this is a wall easy to go through. Yeah. So to solve a difficulty, how can I say?
It's it's a blockage. It's
exactly
a barrier, right?
Yeah, but easy to jump. So
over.
It's encouraging. Okay. Like maybe it's gonna be better than now somehow.
Over the worst.
Over the worst.
Looking around, that the past influences 7 of Swords, which is actually the card of sort of trickery, really. And it's like success through dishonest means. Sometimes I think with tarot, why do we care about the past? Who cares? But I think that the cards that talk about the past are actually talking about which parts of the past are we actually dealing with now. So I suppose there's something karmic there that maybe we deserve all this shit because we've been bad in some way. We've been dishonest or...
Yeah, actually, we struggle to admit that we are the COVID, no? There is this slogan somehow.
We are the COVID.
Yeah, I mean, we somehow created it in terms of pollution, so maybe to me it makes sense in these terms.
Well,
we're not like victim of something that is bad against us, but we also somehow made it.
Well, we made our world, didn't we? And our world is maybe, perhaps, in some ways better than it was. We don't have toothache, for example, and we don't so much die of syphilis and so forth. But that's the world we made, and I guess if there are things in the world that are unfair, maybe if the structure of our world is constructed on dishonesty or something, then maybe karmically, or not even karmically, maybe just logically, we then have to deal with problems.
Yeah, I mean, somehow, I can say that maybe this card speaks to us and tell us that sometimes it's important to make an exam about our behavior.
To examine our behavior.
Exactly, and not just complain, not just.
Exactly, and not just complain. I think that's absolutely right. And you've got, so we've got these cards are opposite each other on the table, past influences and possibilities of 2021. And so they kind of answer each other. If you've got this card of stealth, trickery, deceit, dishonesty, and then this card is, okay, go away on your own and think about it and look inside yourself and maybe take responsibility.
Absolutely, exactly. Responsibility, exactly.
There's an interesting card here in the obstacles position. Obstacles to what needs to happen. And that's really provocative. I mean, we might have to pull some more cards. I always try to be very honest when I don't entirely understand the cards. Because when I don't entirely understand the cards, I demand more information. I put down more cards. And I like that. The Three of Pentacles, in Rider-Waite-Smith, that's a guy who is being encouraged to pursue his projects. Other people are investing in him as an artist or an artisan, and they're saying, okay, we're going to pay you to decorate the cathedral. And it looks like, in some ways, that's an obstacle. We're also horrified at what has happened financially to us and our society, that we're just desperate to get back to work.
Exactly.
We're desperate to get some investment and some jobs and someone to throw us 10,000 euros to do a job because we really need it. That might be an obstacle. Shall I just put down two more just to tell that story? Knight of Cups and Ace of Coins. Okay, so Ace of Coins, it seems that you can't avoid the Ace of Coins, and we can't now, any of us, avoid worrying about money. There's very few of us who can avoid worrying about money. And we've been told these two nice money cards are obstacles. So they're in our way in some way. And in the middle of the cards, we've got a Knight of Cups who's reversed. So what I'm seeing is this poetic person, this artistic person who wants peace and love, and he wants everything to flow and grow. He's reversed in the middle of these two material cards. He's not not quite being fed, is he, by the situation? I feel he's suffering.
Yes.
What do you think?
Now, to me, I was exactly thinking the same about the Three of Pentacles in terms of not to try to come back to the 2 years ago. You know what I mean? To before COVID. Not pretend that COVID didn't exist and just, now again back to the
business as usual.
Absolutely. And maybe I just wanted to add that maybe I can read it. I can read the Knight of Cups. Also, not to be too emotional in this way. I mean, not to be too afraid about. Oh my God, we have to do money again. Being emotional also on our business, and then I have to sell, I have to make
Right,
money.
okay,
So
okay.
I agree with you, and just see in him like
Yes.
this maybe attitude of being sometimes too emotionally
Right.
acting in a then maybe wrong way.
Well, I guess the Knight of Cups is also probably quite a vulnerable
Yeah,
persona, because he's so nice and just wants the best, and probably can be upset, by what's going on. And so this is the upset Knight of Cups, and we don't want the upset Knight of Cups to get in the way.
yeah, sounds to me like maybe a person that wanting desperately to maybe make his family being happy,
Yeah.
but then act against the planet. You know what I mean? Because maybe sometimes you want to
Okay.
to do. If I want to make you happy, but
Yeah.
maybe you demand me something wrong, I'm gonna do something wrong for you.
Yeah.
This is what sounds to me
I'm
like
going to build a golf course to make you happy.
exactly.
Yeah. Or I'm going to build a block of flats over a park in New York to make my partner happy because he deserves the best.
So yeah,
So
sounds to me like that.
That's interesting. So you are really reading that trio as a trio, and that's great. Okay, we're back, and we are going to do our second spread for 2020.
Yes.
Okay, so winter, spring, summer, and fall, as they say in America. 2021. Hold it, just a second. Did I ask for 2020?
No.
Did I say? Just a second. God, we want 2021. Okay, so Jacopo, would you like to do the cutting? I'm going to start at 9 o'clock and go anti-clockwise around the clock. Okay, winter, spring, summer, and fall, as they say. Okay, so we have a lot to do in winter, I think, don't we? Two of Pentacles. It feels like some exchange of ideas. It feels like movement. It's not a card of resting. In fact, looking around this deck, it feels like quite an active year until the autumn, and then it feels like a slowing down. But it feels like winter, spring, and summer are actually quite active. Spring, we've got a Knight of Coins, and Knight of Coins will sort of connect us, with the important things in life, and will really take care of maybe even some material stability for us. It's like putting our house in order, but fighting for us as well. Or we will fight for each other or for ourselves to get that stability. And then Knave of Batons is sometimes is someone who announces good news, a nice fresh energy of new ideas and new ambitions. And then what I'm seeing for autumn is a kind of like you get a pause with the sevens, and then you have to start making serious choices for the future. But the first three seasons seem like sorting things out, don't they really? Maybe putting the world back together a bit.
It's very significant is this beginning speaks to me really like managing two very different energies somehow, like present and past, I would say. No, like exiting. So the exit from that year, 2020, was gonna be gone, but so new. It's surviving, but we still have maybe the consequence of the past. So really.
Well, the other thing we have to remember is that, I am not an astrologer and I haven't gone into it in any detail, but as I understand it, today is the first day of the Age of Aquarius, isn't it?
Yeah, today, exactly.
In case we forget.
Welcome, Aquarius.
So that would be like balancing the old and the new in that case, and exchanging.
Yes. Again, absolutely. Yes.
Exchanging old ways for new ways and making sure they can still communicate with each other, bits of the old age and bits of the new age totally have to communicate.
Or in any way, it's like the beginning of a new year, which always sometimes is the moment that everybody or most of us starts a new project. It's a beginning in any case. So maybe it could be referred about balance. I mean, we are all coming from a very, very tough year. And so maybe the beginning of the next will be a little bit also the mood like, phew, okay, out of the storm, but what I'm gonna do now? Maybe someone is changing work, maybe someone is changing, you know what I mean? Like also in terms of, okay, and now,
I think,
after all this mess.
and I think it is change, isn't it? Because even if it's the best possible news next year, we can't really go back to what we had. A lot of us have lost jobs, and
exactly.
I mean, I've changed the structure of my life during the Corona year, and so it is a kind of change and exchange. I think Knight of Coins is somebody who is quite good with money. I think for him, money is the weapon. Even though he's not an aggressive character, he's quite defensive. He looks after the people he loves. He looks after stuff basically. But he is also a fighter, and he does have power. And so this is someone who looks after the situation on a material level. I mean, I guess life has to be rebuilt, doesn't it?
Yeah. It speaks to me about also maybe the fact that after this first moment of trouble or different possibilities, maybe we're gonna find our setting again. We are gonna be like more sure of ourselves.
Yeah, feet on the ground. This is actually quite mysterious, actually, I think, this one. For the summer, the Page of Battens. Okay. So I have the desire to take some more cards on that one. Oh. Okay, wow. Page of Battens, and again the Seven of Swords, and in between is the High Priestess. Yeah.
It reminds me what we said before somehow.
The inner child comes out to play, which you can imagine next summer.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of parties in the park.
Yes, exactly.
And, but there also needs to be an inner wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely. She's reminding us what happened and what could maybe still come again in the winter. I don't know. I hope no. But
a little bit different from the Rider-Waite-Smith Seven of Cups. You know, it's very clear which is the correct choice there in that illustration, that he has to reject the first six and choose the seventh. And the seventh is across the waters there. And I can't help thinking of Britain, you know. It's even got the colours of the EU, hasn't it, this card? I can't help thinking of Britain like cutting itself off from Europe. It seems that the good choice is across the water. So it seems that the good choice might require some effort to get to. So in the autumn, some real thoughtfulness there. As we restructure our lives, that's what I'm seeing. This is the card of stealth and trickery, but actually the way Sheridan has illustrated it here, the people who are actually being deceived are in the foreground, and the trickster is in the background here. That's the guy who's taken the swords. So actually, this is also a card of not concentrating, because if you don't concentrate, then things can be screwed up by other people or other parts of you. So we've got this teenage energy here that wants to run around and wants to breathe fire and have desires and have plans. And it's important not concentrate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if I can, also, these people reminds me people who could be affected from our behavior. So think about the others.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you go out, when you do anything, think about the others could be affected about your behavior.
Yeah. So these, in a sense, these are the victims of trickery, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So what's mediating between those two possibilities is the High Priestess, the wisdom,
which is a card that I like very much.
Yeah, we talked about the High Priestess, didn't we? Yeah. Well, I'm going to do. I guess at some stage I'll do a reading for January. So we'll see what that has in store. But I think we've covered 2021 pretty well.
I mean, especially also this card coming back twice says me something. Maybe it's kind of a little message.
Card of the year. There are forces of evil lurking on the edge of the campfire, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that when you roll up your next spliff.
Wow.
I know how we could end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you showed us some of your beautiful tarot art. Is there any other art that the viewers could see? I mean, you know, because I like some of your art, which is a bit more naughty.
Exactly. Okay, this is it's like perfect, because I did a very erotic drone, which is named the Knave of Cups.
If it's really erotic, then Coca-Cola won't advertise on my YouTube channel. It's okay to have drawings of body parts on social media, I think.
I think
there's
so.
a guy on Instagram who's got some really,
I think it's fine.
Really hard stuff.
I mean, I can also maybe avoid it. I don't know.
No,
I think it's fine.
No, not
when
at
it's
all.
supposed, when it's art, I think it's
We
fine.
have to see it.
Or you can eventually censor it.
I won't. I refuse.
Or maybe I should let's start from the drawing.
No, we want to see the drawing. It's a beautiful drawing.
Yeah.
And so this is Jacopo's art. You're giving us a close-up there.
I give him like the title of a cup of couples because of these flowers on the head.
Yeah.
Why? Because the Valet de Coupe in the Marseille one,
Yeah.
I was reading this, or maybe someone told me, and I was so impressed about these little details because this girl who said that is actually like a hippie one, you know, somehow in the tarots. He's like this young boy moved from the feelings, full of love. I mean, we can read it in many, many different ways, but And when I saw these flowers on the head, I try to somehow put them in this like sexy boy.
It's very sweet, I think one day you will design your own tarot pack.
Yeah, I'm really into this. It sounds to me like something really challenging, but I want to do that.
But you're also quite quick, aren't you?
Yeah,
You
I am.
produce a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm very like fast in anything I do. So
okay, well that's a good way to end, isn't it?
See, yeah,
That's a good way to end.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, saying goodbye from Berlin Neukölln and wishing you a happy